Hey up everyone, what's going on? Welcome back to York City, and today an FA Cup final is on the cards. Once again, we're in another FA Cup final, yes, but this time it actually properly truly matters, probably for the first time since the first one we won. Because winning this FA Cup puts us on part 2 of our treble. I'm a few days away from the actual event. I was just in case there was any news that came through between the two, end of season and the FA Cup final. Grimes wants to be playing more games. Well, you've left it a little late here, James. Great. I mean, he doesn't like big games anyway, so he wasn't going to start either of them. Ironically, James has just got Parkinson to drop his issue with a lack of games. Football Manager. Send one player complaining about a lack of games to deal with another player complaining with a lack of games. Works a charm. Now, as this tries to work out other things going on in the background, I will just say all of our end of season stuff will come after the Champions League final in a week's time, so we won't get any of that. I do have to do an announcement, actually, the day after this match. Thankfully, not a part of this episode. It's a very valid point that I almost forgot their report. Yes, his current ability is 2.5 star. That's fine. He's okay on that one. You know, developing, he's operating at a Premier League level. But the main thing for an FA Cup final here, penalty taking. It's 19. I'm pretty certain he's like a solid 4 points higher and I attribute than any other player in our squad. So we're being warned about Ljubanovic. Of course, Chelsea bought him last summer from West Brom. He was last season's top goal scorer in the Premier League. Part of the reason why West Brom did so well last year and so poorly this year. But he's only started 18 games, which might be part of the problem of why Chelsea finished 8th again. Despite the fact they keep buying really good players, they finished 8th again. They were predicted 3rd at the beginning of the year. And I've had a little look at their team. I said I was going to do it last episode, but I sort of almost ran out of time / forgot. And there's two main problems that Chelsea have. Firstly, they literally only have 2 centre-backs. They have Zarate, who is pretty good, but I would not argue world-class. 15 tackling is good, 16 marking is great, 12 heading is not great. The mentals could be better. Most of them are borderline great. And then their only other centre-back is Tomori, who's listed and 34, and wasn't amazing to start with. I don't know where their central defenders have gone. De Ligt went back to Ajax for 16 million up front at 32. He's still got a few years in him. He's better than either of their defenders they've still got. And I'm pretty certain, and Voba's a central defender. He is slow now, though. And they sold another pretty iffy one to Everton. But Chelsea's other problem, and you can see their lineup, it was the lineup they used for their match against us at the end of the season last episode. I think Chelsea are being done by the AI here a little bit. They've got quite a lot of players playing in the wrong places. Yes, they've got 2 centre-backs, and one of them is starting to struggle to run anymore. The main problem revolves around strikers not being strikers, and actual strikers not playing striker. First and foremost is Diego Del Andrea, who they also bought this year, along with Ljubanovic, is a right midfielder. Yes, he has perfect circles on striker, which obviously confuses the AI when it comes to team selection, but he has 12 finishing. He's a right winger, which is problematic because Helio is a better right winger. He's not a striker. I actually thought he was a striker, but he has 9 finishing. Which means players like Nathan Watson, who can play midfield, are being forced to play midfield because he's also their best midfielder, or second best midfielder, because Dantas is pretty damn good too. Gonçalves is also playing left side, despite the fact he is right-sided, although I think that one is because of an injury to Vinicius Jr. So I think Frank Lampard's been done by the AI here. Obviously, the defensive situation is just a weird thing that's happened. But I think on the team selection front, Lampard's been mugged off a bit by the game. We'll see what the lineup is. The problem is they've got Ljubanovic, who's obviously a sensational striker. He's actually scored quite a lot in the games he's actually played. And as much as I would love Frank to keep his job, because he's been in that job the entirety of this save, still got the second lowest wages to turnover, but as much as I would love him to keep his job, I want Sheffield United to get European football more, which means I'm sorry, Frank, but I'm going all out on this one. So my columns have done something weird when I try to auto-size them, but you can still see the important stuff. Now, the main question here is, do I persist with Victor Vidal? I also wasn't lying about his penalty taking being a solid 4 better than anyone at this club. And actually, the next best isn't even at the club. The thing with Victor Vidal, though, he does like an FA Cup final. Although, do you or do you not like big games today? You on neither. You know what might be a good idea? Thank you, Victor. Right, I've had a word with him. I've also realised what part of the problem is. His specific instructions have disappeared, which may be something to do with it. So I've given him the individual instructions back again, and hopefully that fixes it. Otherwise, I'm making one change, and that is Castillo at left back. Kovalev hasn't been that impressive of late, so that big one now, it's a big decision to make, but I feel like I have to. like I want him to have a spot on the bench, but I have to put a goalkeeper there. It's a cup final. Shannon can play both sides. He's also a decent penalty taker. And the flexibility of the rest of the bench is necessary. I'm also putting Teko on the bench rather than Parkinson, A, because of penalty taking choices, and B, because he can also do central defence if he needs to. It allows me the option to flip to the DM if I want it. I feel like I've done like a deep dive on both Chelsea and my own team there before we even got to this match. I hope that's all right. I hope it's interesting. Actually, today they're actually playing a striker. They forced Helio onto the other side, which is technically better because he would be an inside forward on that left-hand side, and Del Andrea is playing on the right-hand side where he should be. See, that makes so much more sense. I mean, at this stage of the thing, it's a little bit of a lie to say that the fans pay your wages. Mostly sponsors these days. It is a 12,600 seat stadium. We're not getting that much from the fans anymore. Can we get the ball? Thank you very much. Fiore will get onto this. Keeps it in. Thank you. Was worried for a second. I didn't run you through the team, but it's essentially the same as what you've seen in recent episodes, except for Castillo at left back. Cantoro. There was a point where Kovalev was regarded as our best left back, which is why he sort of played that game in, game out. But now, for some reason, he dropped off the star ratings again, back to being 3-star. So I'm guessing his form's not been great for a while, so they've punished him in the star ratings as a result. They are affected by form. They do ebb and flow throughout the season. It's not purely attribute-based, because obviously Kovalev's continually getting better, attribute-wise. I do like the fact he's called Geronimo Jardine, even if he's not necessarily fantastically technically great. And Vidarson has bundled that one in. Is probably the term for it. We'll see it in 3D and see if that's actually the correct term for it. I have just realised. No, okay, we are on the right replay camera for this save. I was playing with the behind camera on my stream save. The behind goal camera for stream save for the replays. It was quite good. So he's bundled in. It is a reasonable header. The goalkeeper has flapped a little bit on that one, but a goal was a goal and we'll take them however they come. Now, the one thing I do notice as we approach half time now, is whilst Vidal's not necessarily playing the best, he is keeping track with some of the other not playing great players. He's not the worst. No, I'm not being aggressive, but I do notice now we're in half time though. Cantoro is back up to a 6.6. He did dip to a 6.5 at one point in that half, so clearly doing something, even if it did take him most of the half to do it. The thing with Cantoro is quite a lot of the time he'll just be on 6.5, 6.6 for a game and then he'll just score. He'd always got 30 goals for the season. There it is. He scored 4 against Chelsea in the last 2 games. And Castillo with the assist, of course. Here it is. On the left-hand side. Just walks past 18 pretty much. And Godoy heads into the back post there. Unstoppable goalkeeper-wise, I would argue there. Precise header ability. Cantoro Vidal on 6.6 though. 72 minutes on the clock and nothing else has happened in this game. I just realised none of our players are below 4 stars. Good lord. Well, I dare say this one isn't going to penalties. But I'll just make protective change in getting Xiaonan on for Fiore and ruining the 4-star situation. Otherwise, I don't see much point. They're playing well. I just want to protect 11 men as most as possible. Centre backs you kind of have to allow for the most part. Vidal is on a 6.3 though. Out of nowhere, he's just gone. Boop. I've decided not to play football anymore. With that in mind, we'll maintain the formation and bring Grimes on for Vidal. Vidarson's got the ball, pumped it up to Godoy. Not quite. Suma's got in the. Sorry, have they brought on? Right, they appear to have brought on a centre-back. I don't know who he is, where he normally plays, if he should even be there, but Godoy's gone past the defence and smashed the post, I think. I don't even... Right, so we intercept that one. Azata, Imperius. Love it. May have a Turkish name, but he is Italian, and Italians do like their defending. They are world-renowned in that regard. Watson, though, has got through the defence, irritatingly, just to prove me wrong. At least it's my England striker, just moving into the Euros, of course. This will probably be Chelsea's last game before the Euros, so it'd be nice to get him. It's nice to get him a goal at this point, actually. His confidence, therefore, into those Euros. He's at the post. He's nearly missed, to be honest. 2 minutes on the end of this. We'll see if we can see this out now. I'm going to make the late change of Cantoro on. He's on a yellow card as well, so 2 minutes to go. He's probably not going to affect anything at all. He's a committed attacking midfielder, apparently. No pictures because we're in 2D. FM21, can we please make sure we still have the celebrations even if we're in 2D? Just switch the camera, please, automatically. Thank you. All done. So, Premier League, tick. FA Cup, tick. And I've got the double achievement as well. Is that the first time I've won the Premier League and the FA Cup? So we have been in 4 FA Cups in a row because we've won the Premier League 3 times in a row now. It's also a treble because we did the Community Shield. Yeah, we lost it last year. I actually don't remember losing it last year, weirdly. I knew it was against Arsenal, but I did not remember losing it. Yeah, I did worry about this. It happened. I didn't see the news piece for it, but it did happen. Oh dear. Sorry, Frank. Sorry. Do you want to be my assistant? Tell you what, after the Euros, I'll back down from it. After the Euros, I'll quit being England manager. Take over that, Frank. I mean, I'm not going to do any more tournaments with England because I'm probably going to do one more year. Sorry. So there we have it. 2-1. Apart from a late goal for, well, apart from what is now a signature move for us, conceding a late goal, seemed quite efficient almost. Next time out, of course, it's the Champions League final, for which I notice we're favourites for. No pressure, but can we make it 3 out of 3? Premier League, FA Cup, Champions League. I'll see you for that next time. Until then, ta-ra.